Um, we talked about in this weather it was going to come down to the ball and tackling. They had executed us on both. You know, turned it over 3 times. Critical 4th down early in the first half. 2 bad interceptions. Just can't overcome that. And then tackling wise, we didn't tackle very well at times. So, well, pretty much the whole day. So when it's wet out, everyone's slippery. Got to take care of the football, put you in a better position. Thought we had a chance, 21-14. Didn't get a stop. Terrible tackling on that drive. And then 28-14, we're driving the ball. About cross midfield there, 4th down, go for it. We fall down. We had 2 4th downs today where we missnapped the ball and then fell down. So it's too much to overcome. So, some bright spots. Elijah Pedro, true freshman, touchdown. Just got his first start. I thought Elijah Faulkner, true freshman on offense, gave us a spark, did some really good things. So, we gotta put it all together. We were better responding, I thought. We were better resetting things and having better actions, but our actions aren't consistent enough to go to win right now. So, got 6 days. By the time we land, we'll have 6 days left to figure it out and go get Bowling Green.
Go ahead, Cam.
Coach, 363 rushing yards today for Ohio. It's their most in 4 years. Just what made it so difficult to sort of set the edge defensively?
Yeah, I think certainly with the weather, he was struggling throwing the ball. So we knew it was going to be a run game. Obviously, the quarterback element to the run. We just didn't tackle well. Put ourselves in a position, had a lot of opportunities. There was a lot of one-on-one tackles, and we didn't make them. Quarterbacks, I said earlier in the week, probably the best offensive player that will play. I talked about the receiver, which he couldn't impact the game, and then I talked about their tailback, who was a transfer from Minnesota, who I know what Minnesota has in backs. So, we got to get downhill. We got to fit things. We got to tackle better. We got to use the system. So that's what I felt like. I felt like they were moving the line of scrimmage pretty good all night. But yeah, I think the circumstance of the game, led them to rush it so much. But we got to do a better job tackling.
Go ahead, Zeke.
Hey, Coach. The youth of the program was a big emphasis during the week. How happy to see, obviously, Elijah Pedro getting in the end zone for the first time, as well as Jax with 3 receptions and an increased workload for Faulkner, like you mentioned.
Yeah, I think it's critical. I think what we're trying to do in recruiting, all 3 of those guys, we were able to get late in the process, and guys like Jax, Elijah. I guess double Elijah's on offense. It was great. It's good to see them. I don't think they get affected by the moment. They don't have the disease of losing in them, so they go out there and play. And it was great to get them in there. Matt O, redshirt freshman. Brock Taylor's a redshirt freshman. So I just love watching them play. It's like watching kids play. And going out and just enjoying the game, enjoying the moment. And that was critical. So I'm happy they had some success, but ultimately, we need everybody else to kind of step up. So, but it was good. They were probably a little nervous, but, Jax had a couple drops last week, step up and had a big time catch there, I think 3rd quarter wise. So it was good to see those guys do that.
Go ahead, Tim.
Coach, you had all 3 of your quarterbacks get into this game out of necessity. How did that kind of change your game planning as it went on?
Yeah, AJ going down the first drive out for the game. Then we went to Brandon. Brandon got injured. He was out of the game. So we went with Grant, which I thought, actually with this type of weather, type of game, I thought what Grant does is extend the play, and you saw that a little bit. I've been talking about that. So, we're still in it, so we're trying to run it a little bit. I don't think it ultimately changes the game plan too much, but I think, everyone talks about it. Your 3rd-string quarterback doesn't get any reps during the week, so that's the hard part for him to go in there and kind of do that, just get ready. But we didn't have to skew away too much. We did some, obviously Grant can scramble a little bit, so. But ultimately, once the score gets to where it got to down 3 scores, we had to throw it a little bit more. So that led to the bad interception.
Cam?
Outside of the tackling struggles, as you mentioned, the defense made a couple of big fourth down stops. Marquez White forced a fumble, 5 tackles for loss. What do you make of the overall fight and effort tonight from the defense?
Yeah, I thought they played hard, but again, I've covered this before. I mean, you're a Division I football player. You're supposed to play hard. So I think we need to clean up some things. Obviously, we don't have a lot of time left, but I think just tackling wise was the biggest thing that ultimately they broke tackles and we didn't make them. But I thought there were some big stops. The fourth down in the first half was a big stop. And I thought the other one, when they went for it, I believe at the end of the half, I think Anaha made the play, so that was a big one. Obviously, we missed 2 field goals there, couldn't capitalize on that. But yeah, I think they fought, but to me, you're supposed to.
I'll take the last one from Zeke.
Coach, you've obviously touched on this, but you've emphasized your teams needing to be ready to play against this Ohio team. How would you evaluate their readiness and preparation for this game?
Yeah, I thought they were ready. I mean, I thought, we came out, drove the ball right down the field, had AJ get injured, and Brandon came in, we're up 7-0. They equaled it up, kept fighting. I thought if we could have kept it to, coming back out of the delay, I thought if we could keep it there to a field goal, that would have been better. But I thought preparation-wise, it did a good job. We had to walk through twice. We only practiced 1 time last week. We're probably going to have to do the same with AJ out, Brandon's out, Max Dowling's going to be out. I'll give credit to our O-line. They're all playing on one leg. Massesso, Weedman, they're doing a great job. So, I thought preparation-wise they handled the changes. I thought they did that very well, and I think we're going to have to do that again this week with limiting contact as we try and get some guys back. So, overall, I thought it was pretty good, but at the end of the day, we lost. So, not good enough.